What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a new tool review, and the tool that I just picked up is going to be the Dewalt Atomic Series Compact 4.5-inch handheld circular saw. So without further ado, let's jump in and unbox it and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so what we have here again is the Dewalt Atomic Series Compact 4.5-inch handheld circular saw. Now this does take 20-volt batteries, and this particular tool here is the tool only. You can buy this in a kit that comes with a battery and a charger and sometimes a carrying case. But because I typically have a lot of Dewalt tools, I have multiple chargers and multiple batteries, I just needed to buy the tool. And because I'm going to be working on a bathroom project in my basement this upcoming week, I thought now would be a good time to try out some of these tools that I picked up. Now real quick, for certain jobs I do have a corded larger circular saw that I use, but in most cases this is just too big or just too cumbersome to use. So I was looking for something that was more compact and easier to use for smaller cut jobs. Now, there are a couple different sizes you can get in the Dewalt Compact series. I went with the 4.5-inch version because I don't really need to go to the 6.5 or the 7.5. I don't really need anything that big. And this particular 4.5-inch blade version will cut through your typical plywood, your typical 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x12s, and so forth. Now, anything thicker than a typical 2x4, you're probably going to need a larger circular saw. But for most of your cutting jobs on the fly, out at the job site, and you might not have power or you're limited on space, this particular tool will probably do the job just fine. Instruction guide, so forth. Set that aside. Open this up. So this right here is the Dewalt Atomic Series 20-volt brushless 4.5-inch blade handheld circular saw. Again, it has an adjustable guide rail here. You basically just flip back this thumb safety here, flip that back, and it allows you to adjust the angle of which you need. And then once you get it into whatever angle you want, there are a couple of measurements here. You just go ahead, lock it forward, you're good to go. The same way with the front here. You take that thumb, pull it over, you can actually adjust the angle or the miter angle of which you might need. But once you get that position, go ahead, lock that back down. It does have a nice top handle for getting some extra leverage. So when you're holding it like this, the top handle really helps for getting some extra leverage. It does have a belt clip, which I'll probably take off because I really don't use many of these belt clips and I just find them to get in the way. So I'll probably just take that off. It just comes out with a little Phillips head screw there. Below is going to be your trigger, but it is a safety trigger, so it won't go in unless you hit the thumb safety, which is right here, and it's ambidextrous. So there's a thumb safety on the right and a thumb safety on the left. They both work the same. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, this will work for you. So again, to pull the trigger, you're going to have to hit that thumb safety to be able to squeeze that trigger in. Okay, otherwise it won't go in, which is definitely a nice safety feature to have. Next, on the blade side here, you do have your adjustable guide here, which also makes installing your blade pretty easy. There is an Allen bolt right here that you have to take out, and there is an Allen wrench incorporated into the actual handle. So it has your Phillips head side over here, and it has your Allen wrench side over here, so you can easily get in there to take that out. And then this dust chute here is just an attachment, so if you happen to have a dust bag, or you can purchase it yourself. But I have another Dewalt tool that has a bag on it, which I can always reuse that. But if you don't, you can always buy one yourself. Now to install this, it's very simple. On the right side of the tool at the front, there's this little channel that goes down in under here. All you gotta do is take your dust tube like this, slide it on like that, and then you can hook on your bag onto this nozzle right here. So when you're cutting, all that dust will get sucked into the actual bag, which is always nice. So that's a great little attachment that it comes with as well. Then you also have this little T-square style attachment here, which to use it, you're going to take your little tool, okay, your little Phillips head, and adjust that little screw right there. Okay, so once you adjust that, you can go ahead and slide this bar through this little guide hole right here, and it comes out on the other side like that. And you're basically just going to slide that through, kind of like that, and then you can use that set up as a guide when you're cutting, say, a piece of plywood or something like that where you have a long cut to cut straight on the edge. You can adjust this and lock it in and cut straight down like that. So that's a nice feature to have right there, which is a pretty nice little attachment to use. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, as far as getting the blade on, just go ahead and pull off your protective tubing from the blade. Then what you want to do is go ahead and take your Allen key here, and you're basically just going to stick it in here like that, okay? And then on the right side, this button right here is going to be your brake. So you're going to take your finger and squeeze that in and jiggle this side over here until that button goes all the way in. Now it's locked. And when you're trying to loosen this, these are left-handed threads. So instead of your typical righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's going to be the opposite. So to loosen this, you're going to take your wrench and you're going to rotate it to the right, just like that, okay? That's how you're going to loosen this bolt. While holding in the brake on the other side, you're going to loosen that up. So let's go ahead and take that bolt out. There's going to be a bolt, and then there's going to be a washer on the outside that looks like this, okay? You're going to take that off, okay? Now this outer washer comes in two separate pieces like that, okay? So what you want to do is, while you're holding in your brake, take the flatter washer here, and it has little side walls cut out on the sides, if you can see that. That's how you're going to line it up to those flat sides right there. So line that up just like that. Then you're going to take your blade and install your blade so that the teeth are facing the angle on the blade guard. So the blade guard's telling you the teeth need to face to the right, so we're going to install it like that. Slide our blade in there just like that, then we can close it. So you want those teeth facing the way the angle of that arrow is. Then you're going to take your outer washer and line that up just like that. Once you have that done, take your screw, and remember to tighten the screw, it's backwards, so you're going to spin it to the left, just like that. Okay? Just give it a little crank nice and tight. Let go of your button, put your Allen key back in its holder down here, and you're good to go. So now your blade is attached and you're good to go. So let me go grab a battery real quick and we'll try it out. Okay, so this battery here right here is just a 20-volt power stack here. Let's see here. I got pretty good power on that. So let's go ahead and slide it in. Okay, we're good to go. Pulling the trigger, nothing works. We're going to hold down the thumb safety here, pull the trigger. There you go. So obviously everything works pretty good. It feels really good in the hand. It's actually pretty easy to hold with one hand. So it's not super heavy. It's very compact and convenient to use. So let's go try this out now in my basement project. Okay, so we're down in my basement. I'm currently working on framing out some walls for a bathroom, and I purposely left some excess wood over here to try out my new Dewalt Atomic compact 4.5-inch circular saw. So basically what we're gonna do is cut off this excess piece right here. So let's go ahead and try that out. There you go. Super simple and easy and cuts like butter. So again, super fast, easy cut, works great, and I really like it. So let's try it out a few more times. So again, right here, I need to cut about 1/4 of an inch off. I've already marked it. Let's go ahead and get it lined up. Okay, so there you go. So again, I've been using this all throughout this project in my basement, and so far, I really like it. It has plenty of cutting power. It actually has just enough depth to get through 2x4s and 2x6s, your typical plywood and OSB. It works fantastic, and again, it's very easy to use. It really just allows you to get work done on the fly when you don't want to deal with messing around with power cords and things like that, and you just need to get things cut, and you need to get them cut quick. So at the end of the day, my overall impressions of the Dewalt Atomic 4.5-inch circular saw, I definitely give it a thumbs up and give it a go. It works fantastic, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, so overall impressions of the Dewalt 20-volt mini handheld circular saw. I gotta say, I really like it. It's very compact and easy to use, and it does a great job cutting when on the fly. So if you are doing small little projects or you're out in the field and you have some small cuts to make, whether they're 2x4s or 2x6s or 2x8s or whatever the case is, or sheets of plywood or OSB, this little handheld 20-volt battery operated circular saw is going to do a great job. I like that it has a few adjustments for keeping your line nice and straight. That's pretty cool. And it's very easy to handle. So again, at the end of the day, my overall impressions, I definitely give it a thumbs up and give it a go. So if any of you out there are looking for a handheld, convenient, portable, battery operated saw, I definitely recommend checking this one out. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And also do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you all. And as always, see you in the next video.